And welcome back to my channel. This one's gonna just be kind of short, but not really. You know. So this is for episode 5 for Ginny and Georgia. And we're at the halfway mark. I'm pretty sure it's 10 episodes for this show. I haven't checked because I'm just going episode by episode. But it for sure is like, you know, becoming more and more like spicy as we go along for this show. You know, surprises pop up and just a whole bunch of everything. Ooh, not close enough to me. And we use this matte concealer palette. And this episode is like half Halloween party, half random family members showing up, half new things coming to light for Ginny and Georgia, more past things being brought to light. No, just things like that. It starts out with Ginny and her friends at school talking about how they want to, how they're trying to figure out their Halloween outfit. And there's this one girl that's not exactly in their friend group, but she tries to be in the friend group. And they're kind of mean to her. Just regular high school girl things. And so they're like, oh, what should we do? Like, what ideas should we come up with? And they're like, not sure. And then they get to talking, and then Max is like, Jenny, what idea do you think we should do? And she's like, Britney Spears. I'm like, Britney Spears. And they call it retro. Oh my goodness. They end up doing like a bunch of Britney's iconic video looks. I think one is the Oops, I Did It Again, and then the other one is Oops, I Did It Again, Toxic Britney, Baby Hit Me One More Time Britney. There's like 5. Oh, I think it's the one where she's in the video with Madonna and she like dances up against the wall. There's that Britney, and then once they go to this Halloween party, after like a while, Max gets like kind of drunk and she ends up like changing her outfit to Python Britney. It was like a long time ago at the MTV Music Awards, before she shaved her head. And one of the iconic looks for sure. And Max is the only one that changes into that one. That's her second costume. And and then Ginny ends up being the Oops, I Did It Again Britney. Oh, and she ends up inviting, I don't know, like, it's kind of weird. It doesn't make any sense, but the one black girl that came up to her The first episode that was like trying to be her friend. And she was like, hey, do you want to come to the Halloween party? I don't know, it's like this weird like friendship thing. I'm not understanding like what the riff is. So, oh, snap. Okay. Let's gonna get my nose. And so she like, I don't know, maybe it's other people in the room, but they end up making like a comment that like, and so Max ends up talking to the girl that she's interested in, and so like she does that, and oh, I need to put concealer on here.
Why don't you get it by now? Tell me what you learned in grade school. Give it to me like you want it. Did you forget that code? Why is I love it one
So yeah, Max ends up talking to the girl that she's with, and like not the girl that she's with, but the girl that she's interested in. And that girl is not exactly out. And it's high school, so like her reputation is everything. And she's like one of the popular girls. And she's like, hey Max, we need to talk. And Max is like,
I'd rather just tweet it and delete it before we cross the line.
She's like,
Reach a point we can't
okay. And then they talk, and Max is pretty much heartbroken because like this girl like basically like made it seem like they were gonna be like a thing or like a couple or something, and she like strung Max along. Like, figure out what you want, okay? It's not cute to string people along, honestly.
going through changes.
And like
But now it's at my own expense.
so and then Ginny ends up talking to her because like she's like pretty heartbroken. Oh, and then in another part, Ginny is like, she goes to the bathroom because she's like crying and stuff because she feels like an outcast because she's biracial, so like she's struggling with both parts of herself. Her mom's white, so she's like struggling with that part, and then her dad's black, so she's struggling with like the mix of the two worlds, even though like she's not really close to her dad like that, but she's struggling with both of those two worlds. And she's dressed up like Britney Spears, a white pop artist, and she's just like always being called whitewashed. And she's just struggling with that, like as a person, and as someone who's biracial, it's just a struggle. And before not Georgia, I hate how some of the names are. And before Ginny actually goes into the bathroom, the other girl, honestly forgot her name, but she's the one that's like super hyper. Her parents are like getting divorced, and she like doesn't know how to cope with it, so she's like acting out like a lot, not like too recklessly. And like she's like in the bathroom like crying because she's like sad that her parents are breaking up. And then, you know, Ginny opens the door and she's like, hey. Like the other girl's like, hey. And like it's like wild, right? And let's see, I'm gonna do blue today. This is reckless, but we're gonna do it. Actually, nah, never mind, I changed my mind. I was gonna do blue, but I absolutely changed my mind, and I'm not doing blue. Can you tell? Yep. It's just brown. So like that's what's going on here. And so the Halloween party continues. Max ultimately gets heartbroken, and she really likes this other girl, and it's unfortunate. This girl is not ready to be out and exposed to everybody. So yeah, Max ends up like crying and stuff and like drinking some more to cope with it. Let's see, we're gonna do this one. And then there's more flashbacks to Georgia's past about how she the father that is Ginny's dad, like his parents were gonna have guardianship over Ginny, and like Georgia ends up being like, no, I don't want y'all to take my kid. And then that's not the right color. I don't want y'all to take my kid. And she ends up naturally so taking some money before she leaves. It wouldn't be Georgia unless she didn't do that. And so yeah, she takes some money before dipping out of the door. And it just flashes back to that. Georgia also has a hot night with the mayor of the town. And this is after Cynthia, her rival, tries to tell him that he can't have a relationship like that with his coworker. Which, I don't know, just kind of seems like a male power trip. I can do whatever I want in this power authority. You aren't gonna do anything to me. It would really suck if he lost the mayorship, because that woman, Cynthia, would probably for sure try and kick Georgia out of the town. For some odd reason, she probably would. And yeah, I'm not repeating that. Yeah, they end up like having that little fun session, and it turns out somebody ends up like eavesdropping on the conversation, and it turns out Marcus and his girlfriend aren't really boyfriend and girlfriend. They're just having a little fun, because the girl is talking to her friend and is like, you know, he's a sophomore and I'm a senior and it's just not really a good look. And her friend's like, yeah, it's not really a good look. Like, he's not as mature as you, girl. And that really is true. They really aren't. And like, it's like, oh, so they're not even actually boyfriend and girlfriend. Wow. And Marcus will keep trying to walk up to Ginny and be like, I need to talk to you. But that's stupid, like, I'm sad look on his face. Like, you did this, not me. And all. Oh, and Ginny also meets Hunter's parents. Hunter is her boyfriend. Not Marcus, but Hunter. Oh, snap. They end up, oh my gosh. They end up like, meeting his parents, and Georgia ends up going on this like tiny tirade of like, my mom and my dad aren't together. She had me when she was really, really young. And and like my dad isn't really around, you know, just normal things. And like we just asked if you like signed up for this thing, and she's like, no, I didn't. Like, I'm sorry. And I really wish Georgia would give Joe a shot also. Like, he likes her like a lot. Like, it's pretty obvious, but she's infatuated with the mayor. She keeps calling Joe cute because he called her cute. So then she keeps calling him cute as like an act of revenge. Okay. And yeah, like she keeps calling him cute. Even though Joe really likes him. I mean, likes her. And then like they were outside doing something, like it's like this fall fest thing in the town, and Ginny and her friends were like painting people's faces, and then Marcus tries to come up to Ginny and is like, hey, I need to talk to you. And she's like, what? Not here. And he's like, but I really need to talk to you. And he's like talking and stuff, and Max kind of hears the conversation. She's like, what? And then Marcus was talking to Ginny, blah blah blah, and then she like draws like something on his face. Like, this is not the time and the place for that. But he insists on talking to her. Like, this is not the time and the place, my guy. But for some reason, he thinks it is. I don't know why. And yeah. And also, Cynthia, Georgia's arch nemesis, because Georgia's willing to challenge her, is running for mayor. Like, I hope she doesn't win. That would just be awful. I probably already said that once, but yeah, that would probably be awful. And to top it all off, like, okay. And also, just to kind of wrap this up, Georgia's sister shows up on her doorstep after like 10 plus years because Georgia was on the run. Ginny didn't know her mom had a sister, that she has an aunt and a cousin. Did not know. So Ginny's like upset at her mom and giving her all the backlash. And at one point, her little brother,
Why don't you get it by now? Tell me what you learned in grade school.
Stabs his bully in the hand, like with a pencil, like straight up. Just he sharpened it and then he went, and then it like, and like it's Cynthia's kid, and so Cynthia's like, man, he's like troubled. He shouldn't be in the system. Blah blah blah. And Georgia's like, yeah, I agree. And then she's like, I was just lying. And Ginny's like so mad at her mom. And it's just crazy. Anyways, that was the juice for this episode 5 of Ginny and Georgia. Like, it's getting a little bit too spicy in here. Georgia's kind of playing with fire. But hey, stay tuned for episode 6, acknowledgements and thoughts. This is